If you desire to walk in alignment with your purpose, to live a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment, you've come to the right place. This is Sarah Locke, and welcome to Purpose Unlocked. Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about the power of self-awareness in a message titled, Where Ya At? Until you're able to acknowledge where you are in your life, you're not going to be able to heal from what's hurting and what's holding you back. Fix what's broken, and then align to what you truly desire for your life. So I want to relate this back to a story we have all heard before, and that is the story of Adam and Eve in the garden after they've eaten the fruit that they have obviously been told very specifically not to. And what happens is God is looking for them in the garden and calls out, "Where are you?" And is this because God took the Sabbath day off and he's just walking around like, "Oh, I forgot where I put them"? No, he's not asking because he didn't know where they are. He wanted Adam and Eve to acknowledge where they were. And that's, of course, when Adam starts feeling guilty and starts coming up with excuses. And he's like, well, you see, God, I was hiding because I found out I was naked. And God's like, well, how did you know you were naked? And obviously, he knows the answers to these questions already. But until we can acknowledge where we are and what's holding us back, we can't do the work to fix the problem. So at first, he calls out, "Where are you?" wanting them to acknowledge where they are. But then the next part of the story, I think, is really interesting and kind of embarrassing because it's very relatable. And it's the fact that when we know that we did something wrong, the things that we'll come up with and the way that we'll blame others makes us sound so ridiculous. So the first thing that Adam starts to do to justify his actions is saying, "Well, God, the woman that you put here with me, she gave me the fruit." And so now instead of just acknowledging, yeah, you know what, I did this thing that you told me that I shouldn't do, he starts blaming other people. He blames Eve, but he's also blaming God. And then what does Eve do? Eve's like, "Well, it wasn't really my fault. The serpent, he deceived me." And in reality, God had given very specific instructions, like, you were to eat of this tree, not of this one. This is the only one you can't eat. And we know what happened. The serpent wound up telling you, "Oh, you're not going to die." Like, that's not true. And sure enough, they ate it. But here they are blaming each other instead of just acknowledging where their faults are and working towards solving the problem. So what happens? Everyone gets in trouble. Everybody gets punished, right? That's why we're here today. And this actually reminds me of a situation in my own life where I tried to do the exact same thing. I blamed my sister for her telling me to do something that I knew was wrong, but I wanted to do it, so I followed through. And it was a long time ago. This is back in middle school. This is 8th grade. So there's 8th grade graduation, a bunch of pool parties going on. And there was a bathing suit that I was given specific instructions. You are not allowed to wear this bathing suit to the pool parties. And my sister said, "Well, you don't have to tell them you're wearing that bathing suit. You can wear this other bathing suit to the party, but pack the one you want to wear in your bag. Just change when you get there. Then you're wearing the cute bathing suit that you wanted to wear." So I followed through with it, knowing that it wasn't the right thing to do. And then one day it all winds up blowing up in my face. Her and I are mad at each other. We start tattling to our parents about X, Y, and Z. And this whole thing blows up that I wore the bathing suit I wasn't allowed to wear, but she was the one that told me. And in the end of the day, we both did what we knew was wrong, and then we both got in trouble, but we were trying to blame each other. And so it doesn't work out well. Without practicing self-awareness and without understanding, no, I was the one that did the bad thing. I was the one that put myself in this situation, and now I'm the one that has to deal with the repercussions and the consequences of my actions. Until we take hold of our situation and say, yeah, this is my fault. This is why I'm here. And if I got myself into this situation, I can get myself out of it. But without that self-awareness, we're not going to take responsibility. And we're going to continue to blame our situations, our circumstances, our past, and other people for the situation that we're in now. And it's not helpful. But if you practice self-awareness and you reflect on what it is that's going on in your life and how you have the power to make it better, you can heal and grow. So I want to leave you with these self-reflection questions. First is, where are you? What actions have you taken and how have you been living your life that has gotten you to the place that you are right now? And then looking forward, where do you want to be? If you can acknowledge where you are and where you want to be, you can start to say, okay, how do I close that gap? So how can I take action now? How can I make changes today in my behavior that will get me closer to those goals and to the life that I desire? So if this has been helpful for you, please be sure to leave me a 5-star review and of course subscribe and share this episode with others, and hopefully we can all keep serving one another. Thank you for the precious gift of your time. If you found this helpful, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share with someone you love. Until next time, count your blessings, love yourself, and stay fabulous.